Sambara Vimana Saramaha Javahu. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramaha Javahu. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramaha Javahu. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramaha Javahu. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramaha Javahu. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramaha Javahu. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramaha Javahu. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramaha Javahu. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. To the Buddha, Dharma, and our Sangha, I go for refuge until enlightened. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all mother sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma, and our Sangha, I go for refuge until enlightened. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all mother sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma, and our Sangha, I go for refuge until enlightened. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all mother sentient beings. In particular, I must achieve enlightenment quickly in order to free all numberless kind mother sentient beings from the unimmeasurable ocean of samsaric sufferings and lead them to peerless full enlightenment. For this purpose, I must listen and thereafter put into practice the teachings of the profound Buddha Dharma. Dayata Shami Shamawati Shamita Shankru Ankre Mankre Marosite Karote Kyore Tesawati Oloyani Ushuda Nimani Mana Panaye Kukre Kaka Grase Grasani Omuki Param Muki Amuki Shamitani Sarva Graha Banda Nani Nagihitra Sarva Para Pawadina Vimuta Mara Pasha Sidapitwa Buddha Mudra Anon Gatita Sawa Mare Utarita Parishude Vikasantu Sarva Mara Karmani. I prostrate to the gathering of Dakinis of the three places, coming from the supreme holy sites of space and joy, who have the powers of clairvoyance and magical emanation, and regard practitioners as the offspring. Aka Samaratsa Shada Rasa Marayapi. Aka Samaratsa Shada Rasa Marayapi. Aka Samaratsa Shada Rasa Marayapi. Sayata Kati Kati Parakati Parasam Gadi Bodhisoha. Through the path of the great truth of the words of the three jewels, may all adverse conditions be overcome. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. May all the evils such as enemies, obstacles, and hindrances and adverse conditions be pacified. Shatim Kriye Soha. May the 80,000 types of obstacles be pacified. May we be separated from adverse harmful conditions. May everything conducive be obtained, and by the auspiciousness of everything good, may there be excellent happiness here and now. May all sentient beings achieve extraordinary superior happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from the unbearable sea of suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from the bliss of supreme liberation. May all sentient beings be free from all bias, attachment, and anger to near ones and aversion to others. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate the altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate the altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate the altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Reverently, I posture my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actually offered and mentally transformed. I confess all my negative actions, accumulated sins with another sign, and rejoice in the virtues of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until samsara ends and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate all the virtues of others and myself to the great enlightenment. The Heart Sutra. First have I heard, once the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha at Vulture Peak Mountain, together with a great gathering of Sangha of monks and a great gathering of Sangha of Bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One entered the Samadhi that expresses the Dharma called profound illumination. And at the same time, Noble Avalokitesvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, While practicing profound Prajna Paramita, saw in this way. He saw the five skandhas also to be empty of nature. Then through the path of the Buddha, Venerable Sariputra said to noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, how should a son or daughter of noble family train who wishes to practice a profound Prajna Paramita? Addressed in this way, noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, said to Venerable Sariputra, O Sariputra, a son or daughter of noble family who wishes to practice a profound Prajna Paramita should see in this way, seeing the five skandhas to be empty of nature. Form is emptiness. Emptiness also is form. Emptiness is no other than form. Form is no other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness are emptiness. Thus, Sariputra, all dhammas are emptiness. There are no characteristics. There is no birth and no cessation. There is no impurity and no purity. There is no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Sariputra, in emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no perception, no formation, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no appearance, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no dhammas, no eye tattoo up to no mind tattoo, no tattoo of dhammas, no mind consciousness tattoo, no ignorance, no end of ignorance up to no old age and death, no end of old age and death, no suffering, no origin of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no path, no wisdom, no attainment, and no non-attainment. Therefore, Sariputra, since the Bodhisattvas have no attainment, they abide by means of Prajna Paramita. Since there is no obscuration of mind, there is no fear. They transcend falsity and attain complete Nibbana. All the Buddhas of the three times by means of Prajna Paramita fully awaken to unsurpassable true complete enlightenment. Therefore, the great mantra of Prajna Paramita, the mantra of great insights, unsurpassed mantra, unequaled mantra, the mantra that comes all suffering, should be known as truth. Since there's no deception, the Prajna Paramita mantra is said in this way. Tayata Om Gate Gate Parkate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha. Thus, Sariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasava should train in a profound Prajna Paramita. Then the Blessed One arose from the Samadhi and praised noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, saying, Good, good, O son of noble family, thus it is. O son of noble family, thus it is. One should practice a profound Prajna Paramita just as he had taught, and all the Tagadas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, Venerable Sariputra and noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, the whole assembly and the world of his gods, humans, asuras, and Gandharvas rejoiced and praised the words of the Blessed One. Okay.
Thank you, Anila. Thank you, Anila, for leading us in the pre-teaching prayers. So let's wait a while more for Rinpoche to arrive. So once it's on screen, everyone can offer 3 prostrations. So while waiting, allow me to share the announcements for those who just joined us. Thank you for joining us tonight in the teaching. Good evening, Rinpoche. Everyone may offer 3 prostrations.
Good evening, Rinpoche.
Okay, let's offer a mandala for the teachings. Omahung, Omahung, Omahung. Om Raja Ground Ahum. Here is the mighty and powerful base of gold. Om Raja Line Ahum. Outer ring is encircled with this iron fence. In the center, the king of mountains, Mount Meru. In the east, the continent Bhuvavidiha. In the south, Jabuvipa. In the west, Aparagodaniya. In the north, Uttarakuru. Around the east, the subcontinents Deha and Vidiha. Around the south, Chamara and Apachamara. Around the west, Sapta and Uttaramantri. Around the north, the subcontinents Kurava and Korava. In the east is the treasure mountain. In the south is the wish granting tree. In the west is the wish granting cow. In the north is the harvest that needs no cultivation. Here's the precious wheel. Here's the precious jewel. Here's the precious queen. Here's the precious minister. Here's the precious elephant. Here's the precious and best of horses. Here's the precious general. Here's the great treasure vast. Here's the goddess of beauty. Here's the goddess of garlands. Here's the goddess of song. Here's the goddess of dance. Here's the goddess of flowers. Here's the goddess of incense. Here's the goddess of light. Here's the goddess of perfume. Here's the sun. Here's the moon. Here's the umbrella of all that is precious. Here's the banner of victory in all directions. In the center are all the possessions precious to God and man. This magnificent collection, lacking in nothing, I offer to you my Kai and Holy Roots Lama, together with you, Venerable lineage Lamas, and to you, Lama, compassionate Lama Losam Dowan Doji Chang, together with the Assembly of Gods. I offer this pure and beautiful collection to you. In your compassion, accept what I offer for the sake of all beings. Having accepted this to myself and to all beings, please grant your blessings through your great compassion. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, sun and moon. I offer in visualizations as Buddhas. May all sentient beings thus enjoy this pure land. Objects of my attachment, anger, ignorance, my body, my wealth and enjoyments, without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with freedom from 3 poisons. Venerable Holy Gurus, in the space of a truth body, form billowing clouds of your wisdom and love, let fall the rain of profound and extensive Dharma in whatever form is suitable and for subduing sentient beings. Om Yidam Guru Rana Mandala Kapniya Dayami. Precious Guru, please grant me all realizations of the path from Guru devotion to the completion of the training, the unified Raja state. Please grant me blessings that my mind will become Dharma, that Dharma will become the path, that hindrances the path may not occur, that I may cease all wrong conceptions and receive immediately the 2 precious bodhisattvas. Okay. Good evening, Rinpoche.
Good evening, Rinpoche.
Good evening, Rinpoche.
Good evening, Rinpoche.
Rinpoche. 师父晚上好，师父晚上好。
阿西德勒师父。
So today's topic, somebody asked some question, so I thought to answer these questions, and I'll give you what I feel and what I feel about this question. Okay, so we will see about what there. I want to say there's no such thing as simple question or a funny question or this or that. If you're asking honestly, and I will also answer you to the best of my sincerity, with the notion that I wish the best for you. So the question somebody asks is, if a man uses bad means to make somebody's wife to love him, take advantage of her and make her hate her husband, A, what merit, karma, and retribution will the man get? Honestly, I don't care. Why do we want to think about or merit, karma, or retribution for the other person? First of all, we take care of our own body, speech, and mind. And number two, we should always just, I know it's difficult, but try to make the best of wishes for everybody by means of our own body, speech, and mind. So this is how I feel and think. You know, if somebody is doing something and then maybe this is a technical question, but you know, only Buddha, a fully enlightened being, can see at the same time past, present, and future. If it seems like, oh, this person is doing a bad thing to make somebody's wife love him, and then on the other side, then we keep on thinking about, oh, for the other person, how would the other person this and the other person that? Then what if we can see further backwards, and then that person is here to collect back what he has lost? In Chinese, they say, 讨债的. Maybe the husband owes this man something great. And so this man who wants to make, so there's two men here, right? So man A and man B. So man A is the husband, man B is the person who covets another person's wife. So who knows, man A owes man B a deep karmic debt. So there's no way for us to judge and no way for us to say or to comment all this, that. Better we look after our own body, speech, and mind, and we try to make peace and live in peace, and to love and support. And even if that person make mistake, does it mean that person is a bad person? Or that person, just like every one of us, who didn't make mistake before? Who didn't have the urge to eat supper even though you know it's bad for you? Who didn't have the urge to eat ice cream even though you know it's bad for you, or something like that, you know? It's just something that some people just at that moment in time feel overwhelmed by the particular need or want or feeling or thought or desire or this and that. In foundational Theravada Buddhism, then of course to say, oh, then this is very bad and this is no, this and that. But if we go Mahayana Buddhism, then we look beyond the action and go deeper. What is that person suffering from? Okay. It's like, why do some children keep on screaming and shouting? Okay. We would just say that foundationally, we say screaming and shouting is wrong. So you have to keep quiet and shut up because you're supposed to listen. But at a deeper level, maybe we want to understand why is the child screaming and shouting. Because the child is not hurt. Don't feel that he's being hurt. Right? Just like even adults, they do funny things to be seen, to be heard. And so everybody have their own karmic whatever. All right. So what karma and retribution will the man get? I don't know. I'm also not here to judge. I only want to say it is best to support and advise if you know the man, the man who is coveting the love for another person's wife, and then maybe talk and encourage and support so that you be willing to let go. Okay. We also need to counsel the husband and the wife. Maybe the husband and the wife already have some problem and this and that. So rather than to judge other people, we should go deeper to understand, to support, to listen, and not judge. I feel that is a more deeper and compassionate thing to do. So next one is, as for the poor wife, whether she is aware or not, her action in neglecting and hating her husband, will she still be blessed with good merit, karma, and retribution? As for the poor wife, is a wife poor thing or both the men also poor thing? Right? Everybody in the for example, I give you a good example, okay? There is one adult, there are many adults I know like to watch cartoons, right? And then by watching so much cartoon, they begin to talk like cartoons, behave like cartoon, act out like cartoon, okay? Instead of doing what they're supposed to do. Maybe what they're supposed to do, they do a little bit, but enjoyment of something else. So many people like to watch cartoons, right? Then watch Japanese cartoons, and then you know they make a very high pitched voice, the way they talk, the way they laugh, the way they look at things, the way they express themselves, right? And so, or you know, I don't know whether you know people like that. I know an experience. Somebody grow up, spend 16 years of their life growing up here locally, and then they go overseas to study for 2 years and come back and their accent changed totally, and then their accent changed totally for the rest of their lives. 16 years growing up with parents and speaking dialect and everything else, once go overseas and then they become a foreigner in their own land when they come back, right? And so it really depends on how we want to see things, because I believe everything is their choice. Whether we like it or not, whether they like it or not, it is the situation is that people have their choice, people make their decisions, and therefore, you know, whether it's their merit or whether it's their retribution or whether what karma and this and that, let us all pray for mental hygiene. right? We know how to bathe, we know how to wash up, we know how to change. But you know, our mind is like don't bathe, don't change, don't wash, and then continue to coop up, you know. You realize that our mind didn't seem to have a bath, right? Our mind didn't change clothes, didn't change underwear, didn't change this and that, you know. So hygiene is one thing, right? Physical hygiene, you know. Oral hygiene, you know, brush your teeth and everything, right? Mental hygiene is another thing, so important. But you know, mental hygiene itself can cause great disruption in your speech and mind, isn't it? Right? So 这个思维上的卫生非常非常的重要，心灵上的卫生。Okay, mental hygiene, right? This is very important. We need to flush out and purge things that are not serving us day by day. What do you mean by serve us? That means serve us to grow better. Okay, serve us to grow and continuously evolve rather than to just keep on looking at the faults of others and seeing, and if things don't go our way, then it means other people are wrong, right? Yeah, so this is what I mean. So whether the poor wife or poor husband or poor lover, whatever, whoever, wherever they are, let us pray for all sentient beings to be well and happy. Let ourselves also be the ones to make other beings to be well and happy. This is very important. Okay? And don't continuously judge other people because of their past, or other people's mistake, or other people's thoughts, and other people's this and that. Just imagine if you are Avalokiteshvara, right? You are Chenrezig, or you are a deity in the temple, and people come to the temple to pray and look at you and kneel down and pray, and then after that, and then you judge. Last time you stole the apple pie. You ate the apple pie without permission, right? You stole the color pencil from your classmate, right? You told a lie and got an extra $1. You this, you that, and then it starts to take all the small things, and then becomes really petty. You become a very petty deity, a very petty Avalokiteshvara or Kuan Yin, right? So we have to be big-hearted, and big-hearted, boundless heart, boundless mind. Forgive ourselves, forgive others, and encourage each other to grow. This is something very important I'd like to share. Right? I know why everything seems blur. I didn't wear this. Next question is, what is passionless wisdom found in the King of Prayers? Passionless wisdom means the wisdom that is without desire. Okay? Some people, when you put in a lot of effort to go and do something, but then give up. You know, there are some people, you know, they say, when you start something very strong, and then after that, give up when things don't go according to their way. Right? Chinese saying, 3分钟热度. You're only hot for first 3 minutes. After that, you know, it dies off. Why? Because the thing is not going according to the way your ego wants it to be. Passionless means it is for the sake of others. You are doing it because you love to do it. You're growing fruits and vegetables because you love to grow fruits and vegetables. How much you can actually eat doesn't matter, because when you have lots of fruits and vegetables, you share, and you wouldn't care whether other people will give your vegetables to the cow, to the goat, okay, or they eat, or they cook it the way you want them to cook it, or they eat it the way you want them to eat it, you know. So it's different, because they can actually just, everybody just can enjoy the way they feel they like it. Okay, so you enjoy growing, you just enjoy growing. You understand? And you enjoy giving, you just enjoy giving and sharing and giving, without the thought of this and without the thought of that. So it's like passionless wisdom. Not say, oh, I'm giving teaching, and that must have a minimum this amount of people, then giving class, sharing knowledge, talking to people. I can give even if it's just one person, like this. You understand? Not because of ego, not because of pride, not because of anything, but we just really want to connect and to share. Okay, so there is a passionless. Okay, there is no there's no expectation of a reward or something like that. Right? So in the incense offering prayer, it says, may all beings actualize the state of the four bodies. What does this mean? The four bodies of Buddha. So now we have the flesh body. Then there's the enjoyment body. Okay, there's an enjoyment body. There's the body of the gods or the bodhisattvas. And then there's the truth body. Okay, the truth body of all the Buddhas. That is a formless body. And then there's a wisdom nature body. Okay, so that is perceived only by those with the same wisdom nature mind. So the four bodies of Buddha. So basically you are able to, without other beings knowing, you are able to penetrate them and know that you are within them. You know you are within them because you know everything about them, but they do not know. So that's why there are some people, in the past I've seen, like we go and visit some our teachers. The moment we are nearing the teacher's house, we start to feel afraid, you know. When we're nearing the teacher's house, you start to feel, you know, sweaty palm, cold sweat, heart pumping fast, you know, a little bit start to feel afraid, frightened and everything as you go nearer and nearer, you know. And before this awakened teachers, right, they know everything about us. You don't even need to say anything. They know everything about you, right? And then you feel totally naked in front of them. Okay, and whatever the guru says is spoken specifically for you, for us, out of his kindness, not to embarrass you, not to tear you, but speaking directly to the wisdom nature of you, of your soul. Maybe you just use the word, speak directly to your soul, and then you can feel it, and then you make the choice whether you want to have the shift. Okay, yeah. in the King of Prayers is called the extraordinary practice of Samantabhadra. What is Samantabhadra? So Samantabhadra is of all the 8 great bodhisattvas. Samantabhadra really means being the great bodhisattva, having the most perfect of practice, the most perfect of offering. Okay. Now, what does this really mean? It means real bodhicitta and selfless diligence in really making offerings. Like for example, some people say, if I make light offering, I'm making the light offering. Okay? I'm not bothered about the quality of the oil. So there are some people who like to make light offering with recycled oil. Okay? Even though they can afford maybe butter, even though maybe they can afford good clean vegetable oil, but because of miserliness, they purposely go and buy this trans fat oil, purposely go and buy this or buy that, just for the sake of offering. They say, oh, offering, then just buy the cheap offerings will do. Right? But Samantabhadra means diligence in buying the oil from somebody who never break vows. Buying even the weak is somebody who never break vows, who never broke the vows against his guru, who never didn't break his Vajrayana or Bodhisattva vows. You find somebody who is a real practitioner, and then you procure the offering substances from people who are not polluted. You understand? So it's not a matter of just making a light offering, or I just go down to the provision shop or go down to any shop, just buy, and as long as there are candles or there are some oil lamps, there's some oil to make lamp, that's it. I've already done my offering. Really, if it's Samantabhadra quality type of offering, that means this person put in the awareness to understand where these products come from. Just like there are people who are vegan, or there are people who say they care for the world and they want to know where this milk come from, where this kind of meat come from, where this kind of fruits and vegetables come from, whether they are organic, whether they are free trade, is it fair trade, is it free trade, like they say fair trade chocolates, fair trade coffee, whether the people who are growing them and then processing them, whether they are paid properly, whether these things that I'm buying, did they come from people who are very severely underpaid? Okay, severely underpaid, and people who are really abused by those people who are running the business. So you see, when it comes to Samantabhadra light offerings, it means putting the effort to understand how and where these things come from. You understand? Then, really, they put in their body, speech, and mind in giving their best. Okay, the best of their ability and capability to make that offering really good. Okay, faultless offerings. Okay, not something that is that can be a embarrassment. Okay, like if I am selling, if I'm doing let's say if I'm doing a incense business, and I go to this temple, and then because I'm doing incense business, then this temple must buy incense from me. You understand? Just because I go to this temple, I must buy incense. The temple must buy incense from me. Or I must buy so many different things. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. We need to be free from all these things. Right? Whether it's incense, whether it is oil, whether it is fruits and vegetables, whether it's flowers, whether incense, whether it's lights, or whether whatever, all these offering substances, free from pollution, free from the idea of profit and this and that, then really, this is called Samantabhadra offering. You understand what I mean? Okay. What is pollution? Pollution come from, you see, some suppliers or some people who are doing fruit business, and they know that this is temple, then they say, okay, temple, then maybe I like to sponsor some fruits. And then this person just sponsors some fruits for this event, and then there's no problem about it. Versus, I am a fruit seller, and I go to this temple, and I know this temple office people, and then I say, I'm a fruit seller, and I come to your temple, and I support your temple. I'm a devotee of a temple. You must buy fruits from me. Why you didn't buy fruits from me? Why you buy fruits from other people? Well, you know that I'm selling fruits. You should buy fruits from me. You understand what I'm saying? This is really grave mistake. Okay, when we say Samantabhadra offering means free from all these heavy thoughts, free from it. What is the liberation? It's a liberation is free from all these things that tie ourselves down and tie ourselves up. Okay, and all of us are always in this kind of situations here and there. You are doing business, or we're working for somebody, or you're this and that, somebody will use somebody's name and say that, oh, Sifu wants this, Sifu wants that, and then somehow because somebody hears Sifu wants this, or Rinpoche wants this, or Lama wants this, and it gets done. Right? But whether does the Lama actually know or not, nobody knows. Who is abusing whose system? Only you, only the person knows. Only that person knows. Right? So Samantabhadra offering means free from all these things, free from all this pollution. That's the main meaning. With strong effort to make the very best of the situation. They make the best offering. Like, the story of this poor lady who really was so inspired by Lord Buddha and really wanted to make a light offering to Lord Buddha, but she didn't have any money, right? And so what happened was, she begged the people, the person who was selling oil, to please give her some oil so that she can offer a oil lamp to Lord Buddha. So the people say, oh, you're just poor dirty beggar, please get out. She begged and begged again, and in the end they said, okay, if you're willing to shave off your hair, I give you some oil. So she was taken aback, but then in the end, she was willing to shave off her hair, long hair, shave off, and gave her hair in exchange for a really small plate of oil. And then she lit the lamp and offered to the Buddha. When she was there were kings, there were princes, there were so many other people, who already made so many lamps. But then she felt like, oh, my lamp is so small and everything, definitely it's such a embarrassing to make such a small light offering, but she just put at the corner there. That night, there was a thunderstorm and all the lamps were blown out. Okay. And except for the lamp from this lady who shaved off her hair in exchange for the little bit of oil. And that oil burned lasted throughout the night, which is impossible. And everybody was talking about it. Why? Because this is called Samantabhadra Offering. Real sincere offering. Okay, where she really had to sacrifice, to really do a sacrifice. What is this sacrifice? When we say this sacrifice, this is called a sacrifice where they really come up from the heart, not just lip service, really showing up and coming up from the heart. This is called sacrifice. In other religion, there's a sacrifice other animals to God, Yeah, but in Buddhism, we also have sacrifices. Sacrifice our own body, speech, and mind. Like this, in this case, sacrifice your hair. That's why there's in India, shaving off the hair is a very big thing. Okay, culturally, it's a very, very big thing. So it's like a equivalent to maybe for the Chinese people, you really have something happen at home, and then you really want to request for divine intervention and help, In exchange for that, they say, oh, to pray for that, I shave off my hair. Right? So we look at all the ladies today. You all have well-styled hair, long hair, some have a colored hair, dyed hair, permed hair, and this and that, But because you want to make a prayer and this and that, ask you to shave off your hair, oh, it is impossible, right? Only you say, oh, I give money, do puja, I give money. Yeah, that money is dispensable to you, but your hair is indispensable. Let's say you want to do a puja for your sick relative or your deceased relative, and the payment is to shave off your hair and your eyebrows, not money. Oh, then you start to have many, many things, isn't it? Right? If you have money, that's easy, soft, That's why they say, have money. If money can solve the problem, it is not a problem. Right? If money can solve it, it is not a problem. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So over here now, does anybody have any questions to ask?
Hi, everyone. You can unmute yourself and ask Rinpoche online now if you have any questions.
Hello. Good evening, Rinpoche. I'm just wondering, right? Just now you meant that sometimes the guru actually gave you advice and speak according to your wisdom nature. Can I understand more? What do you mean by our wisdom nature? Thank you, Rinpoche.
There's some break. I can't hear you.
Sorry. Yes, Rinpoche.
Please repeat your question.
Oh, okay. Just now, earlier at the start of the, just now, you were speaking about the guru gave you advice based on, your wisdom nature. Like the guru is speaking to your wisdom nature. Can I understand better what do you mean by our wisdom nature?
So your guru will speak to you at a level that you can understand, and your guru will tell you to do things at the level that you cannot comprehend also. Why? Then there is the purpose depends on the motivation of guru to just to teach you, just to continuously teach you what you understand, or to further probe you, to poke you, okay, and to move you to go somewhere even deeper, to go in search with your own innate capability to go and analyze, to go and reflect on something that you do not understand now. But it does not mean it is not understandable. Okay? It will take some time. Some people take months, some people take days, some people take weeks, some people take years, some people take few lifetimes. Okay? So the main purpose is to engage you, to trigger you, so that you will not be just comfortable in fulfilling your own perception of your identified ego knowledge Buddhism.
Yes, Rinpoche.
Okay? Yeah. Any other questions? Is the internet okay? Can you all hear me? Because sometimes there's breaking up.
Sri Rinpoche, we can hear you.
Okay. So does anybody have any other questions? Okay. Yeah. If not, then I have something for you to discuss. Fair enough? Fair enough? Then you need to have a breakout room, right? Are you all ready for breakout rooms?
Yes, Rinpoche. Samuel, can you check is it working?
Samuel, are you ready for breakout room?
Yeah, good evening, Rinpoche. Maybe you just tell us about the topic that you wish to discuss, and then I'll prepare the breakout room now. Okay.
So I want you to discuss how much are you willing to give. Now I want to say in terms of financially, money. How much are you willing to give in terms of percentage of your monthly salary to propagate the spiritual practice that you are practicing, and why? Okay? Money is always a trigger point. So I want to use money as a trigger point, as a topic of discussion. Okay? On a monthly basis, let's say it's on a monthly basis. why would you feel is enough or not enough? So like this, okay? Please start now. I will be listening and I will be hiding. Thank you.
Hi,
Hi,
Sư phụ.
Hi, Rinpoche.
Rinpoche.
Hi, Rinpoche.
Hello, Sifu.
Rinpoche.
Okay. So I don't need you to present your answers. Okay. For today, I don't need you to present your answers. But based on your own capability, you think about what is it that you are doing with your life. Have your life been meaningful? Okay. So what is important is for you to seriously think about right now is this. Are you willing to, what are you going to do with all the things that you have accumulated in your life after you die? And are you willing to donate your properties to charities or to temples or to temple after you die, rather than just giving them to your offspring? Right? This is something that's very important, because children will always think about, oh, maybe if I have this or that, and then after that everything is automatically coming to me, so they don't need to put effort to study, put effort to work, put effort to upgrade themselves, and they become spoiled. You see, will you dare to tell your children that you are not going to will your properties to them, just like what Warren Buffett is doing? Right? Yeah, this is something that's important for every one of us to reflect and think about. Right? Because all of us hold something that, you know, what we believe and hold so dear, with everything that we have accumulated, and then after that it becomes things that will bore us before we die, make us worry before we die. Oh, my house, after that what's going to happen, give to who, and then give how much to who, and this and that. So all these things that you accumulated, plus your antiques, plus your clothes, plus your property, plus your furniture, what are you going to do with them? Okay, so instead of accumulating merit, does the thing, so the thing is this: do we value people or do you value things? Okay, so if you value people, they must teach them how to value themselves and their capability to further improve their own lives, and not to just rely on things. So this is something that is important. All right. Okay, so that's it for today. So thank you. Please offer mandala.
This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, sun and moon. I offer in visualizations as pure Buddhas. May all sentient beings thus enjoy this pure land. Umidam Guru Rana Mandala Kamiyatayami. Okay, let's recite Rinpoche's long life prayer. Om Svasti. Like the countless light rays that radiate from River Mountain, Exquisite Amitayu, Lord of everlasting life, who cultivates and one does not tire of seeing, whose essence is of infinite life, the nectar of immortality. Please instantly grant our Guru the city of stable and everlasting life. The intelligent and skillful in upholding the traditions of Buddha, spreading holy Dharma through explanations of practices, in order to lead disciples onto the path to liberation. You're the one who is uncle guide. Please live a long and stable life. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru to enjoy excellent health. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru to live a long life. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru that your Dharma, activities, prayer, and form far and wide. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru to bless me to be never separate from you. In all my future rebirths, may never be separated from my perfect group, may enjoy the magnificent Dharma, and by completing the qualities of sages and path, may quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. Okay, let's do a dedication. Due to this merit, may I soon attain the enlightened state of Guru Buddha, that I may be able to liberate all sentient beings from sufferings. May the precious Bodhi mind not yet born rise and grow. May the born have no decline but increase forevermore. 明明这位的真正瑞士，dream can be one 不将被养，感情给被作业同嘎巴罗山抓被下拉苏瓦的。明明这位的真正瑞士，dream can be one 不将被养，感情给被作业同嘎巴罗山抓被下拉苏瓦的。明明这位的真正瑞士，dream can be one 不将被养，感情给被作业同嘎巴罗山抓被下拉苏瓦的。Okay, thank you Rinpoche for the teachings.
Thank you, Rinpoche.